I'm trying to figure out like how disrespectful I should be in this moment. Let's play this straight with a little bit of background music. It is with a certain measure of sadness, honestly, because I found them very entertaining. That Diamond and Silk is no more, because Diamond, well, let's put up Donald Trump on Truth Social. I'll read it. Put that down just a little bit, will you? Drop that. I'll pump it up if I. Donald Trump writes on Truth Social, really bad news for Republicans and frankly, all Americans. Our beautiful Diamond, of Diamond and Silk, has just passed away at her home in the state she loves so much, North Carolina.
I knew that about her. I knew she loved North Carolina.
That's why he wrote it. That's why you wrote it, Mr. President.
Okay.
Silk was with her all the way at her passing. There was no better team. Capital T-E-A-M.
Make sure that's all caps.
Or anywhere or at any time. Diamond's death was totally unexpected. Probably her big and precious heart just plain gave out. But
I think that's official medical sort of disclosure.
That's weird that he wrote that.
It's a weird thing to say about somebody.
Probably her big and precious heart just plain gave out. Like what? What?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, our magnificent Diamond. He capitalized magnificent. You will be greatly missed. I mean, here's the thing. Like, and honestly, like I did find Diamond and Silk really entertaining. Diamond did not cross the threshold for me. You know, like my policy is that if the people we talk about on the show generally are people I know only because of what they do in the world of politics, and I measure the amount of satisfaction I get at them no longer being a player within politics. Some may say passing on based upon how much damage they did. I feel like they've done to the country. You know. Like a guy like Breitbart, you know, may have been a good dad or may have been a good wife or husband or son. He may not have been. I don't know. I'm not in a position to judge. I do think that what he did to the country was well beyond what one person should do in terms of creating ill. I mean, just, I could go off on a whole litany of things. Same with Scalia. I think what Scalia did to this country, bad. And so, you know, when they passed away, I was happy. Because, you know, had they retired, I would have been, you know, I would have been more agnostic. Like when Rumsfeld died, my only regret was that he didn't actually suffer the consequences that he really should have. But it wasn't like he was in office anymore and could do any more damage. I don't take any glee at Diamond passing away. I am, and actually, you know, sort of enjoyed watching them. They were fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
But what's weird, pull up the tweet that Silk wrote back in November, because I think it was in November, Silk sort of like had this cryptic thing that Diamond was very ill and that we should pray for her, which cuts against the idea that her death was totally unexpected. This was back at the end of November, so only about 6 weeks ago. Anyone who believes in the power of prayer, please pray for Diamond. And there was no update. There was no talk about why we were praying for Diamond. Like, she obviously had some type of illness. And there was some rumor that it was COVID. And Diamond came out and vociferously, I guess at one point, said no, it was not COVID.
And per Will Summer at the Daily Beast, there was this one article on the kind of a gossip site Blavity that spoke to Diamond having COVID, but which is I think where people were basing that off of. But it was scrubbed from the site. It was quickly deleted, and that was really the only source material. So there hasn't been any like specific confirmation of her whether it was COVID that led to her death or that she was sick with when at this time. So
The only reason why I even like bring it up is because clearly Diamond was sick at the end of November. I mean, you don't write, if anyone who believes in the power of prayer, please pray for Diamond if like, we really hope she gets this new car, or, you know, she's trying to close on her house before interest rates go up, or whatever it is. She was clearly sick. Although Trump says it was completely unexpected. Her heart just gave out. And I don't know. I could see like, oh, you don't want people to know that you're dying of cancer. I guess I could see that, but that's just rare for public people. I mean, if you're gonna say she needs prayer, she's presumably very ill. 6 weeks later, she passes, and there's no word on what it is that. Now, the only reason why I also say that is because Diamond was vociferous about how she would not get the vaccine. So in a time of pandemic, when you have over 400 people a day dying, and in terms of like the most at-risk people for dying of COVID, she probably ticked off a couple of those boxes. I don't know what her age is, but I think she was up there. I think she's a little older than me.
There hasn't been a confirmation, I think, fully, but it
51.
seems around 50, 51.
Oh, really? She's
Yeah.
younger than me?
Mhm.
All right.
Well.
But still, over the age of 50, your chances of
Close.
dying of COVID are higher. And certainly if you're unvaccinated, that much higher. It would be incredible, though, if they don't take this opportunity to tell people, get vaccinated.
Oh, I would put my money on them saying it was the vaccine that killed her before they say go get vaccinated.
Right. Even if she didn't, but she claimed she never got vaccinated.
I mean, I still think they'd rather lie about it than say go get vaccinated.
Yep. But that is, I mean, we'll see. It's quite a mystery. Quite a mystery. Let's, but, you know, rest in peace, Diamond. I just hope Silk does the right thing. And if there is any value that people can get out of her death, which is to use it as an opportunity to remind people that you can protect yourself from getting fatally ill, not 100%, just like when you wear a seatbelt, you're helping protect yourself from dying in a car accident, but it doesn't guarantee that you won't die in a car accident. At least in her death, she could do something that could actually theoretically save lives.
And the people are getting sick, quote, people are getting sick off the media more than the virus. They're catching fever from the media, she said.
Well,
so
I mean, one would think that I don't know.
in a certain way, I think people maybe did catch coronavirus from the media. It's just the people that decided not to get vaccinated later died from it.
Yeah. But again, we don't know. But I think the speculation is definitely warranted in this era. I mean, look, far more likely that she had a COVID at this point in the absence of letting us know. Like, I mean, release the autopsy. We should have transparency here.
It's funny, all the anti-vaxxers who wanted to announce Hamlin was
Right.
heart was from a COVID. Release everything immediately. So they can pour over it. Yeah.
Exactly.